If I sound a little nervous today, it's because I have a pro, and you hear her daily on the afternoon drive on KSKS FM.
93.7 Kiss Country. Hi there, it's Jody Joe. Radio's in my blood.
How many years with Kiss Country?
My very first show on Kiss Country was in 1994.
You went through a battle 13 years ago with breast cancer. Stage what?
Stage 2.
Okay.
So I found out in May of 2013, but my divorce was final on Wednesday. I found my lump on Friday.
Oh,
my
great.
life has been a real tragedy.
This is KMJ at KMJNow.com or wherever you stream. Welcome to the Marc Kapetan Show. This is attorney Marc Kapetan, your host. Today's show is brought to you by the Kapetan Brothers Law Firm. We've been serving the Central Valley since 1995. If you or anyone you know has been injured in an auto accident, a truck accident, or a motorcycle accident, give the Kapetan Brothers a call at 559-498-8000. Or if you've been arrested or cited for a criminal offense, call the Kapetan Brothers. 559-498-8000. That's 559-498-8000, Kapetan Brothers. We are the Valley's law firm. Hey, if I sound a little nervous today, it's because I have a pro on the radio with me. And I hate having the radio people on the radio with me because all my flaws come out. So another installment of Meet the KMJ family. Technically not the KMJ family. It's part of the Cumulus Media Organization, and we're all like family around here, aren't we?
We are like family.
As you make a little heart symbol. That's great. My next guest is also part of the Cumulus Media Organization. You hear her daily on the afternoon drive on KSKS FM, which we lovingly refer to as Kiss Country Radio, 93.7 on the FM dial. So I'd like to welcome to the Marc Kapetan Show. Hey, do your intro. What is your intro before I say what your name is?
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Okay. 93.7 Kiss Country. Hi there, it's Jody Joe. We have found each other yet again. And you know what that means? Our day is almost over.
Oh, wow.
That's how I start every day
Really?
at 3 o'clock, yeah.
Wait a minute. What time do you start? Your day's almost over.
Well, I start at 3. It's basically, you got a couple more hours,
know,
and then
yeah.
everybody gets to go home and drive home and see their families again.
The afternoon drive. That's
Yeah.
what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, my Lord. Hey, what are those tattoos you got going on?
Oh,
that looks fresh.
these are 2 new ones. These are sparrows. I got them just last weekend. My daughters were all in town.
Yeah.
And I have 3 daughters, and so every time we all get together, we always get tattoos.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You have 3 daughters, but you only have 2 sparrows on there.
Well, okay. Funny story. I was only going to get 1 sparrow.
Yeah.
The guy at the tattoo shop told me it was bad luck to only get 1. So he told me I had to get 2, and I was like,
Well,
now what?
Is it bad luck or is it just double the price?
I think
so
he just
he's
wanted
making
a little bit more money out of me. I think you're right about that.
I have never heard. Oh, you know what? I have heard that because they fly around their little love mates, basically.
Yeah,
So
basically.
see, this is Marcella. This is exactly why I love having radio people on, because I get to riff. I had no idea we were talking about your tattoos. All right, what else do you have on there? Let me.
I have a cactus with a moon on it. My daughter Taylor and I have matching tattoos.
Okay.
She lives in Texas.
Very nice.
And then I have my very first tattoo is my survivor ribbon. I never had any tattoos, and then I thought, if I do get a tattoo, I kind of really want one.
You sort of have to get the survivor ribbon. We're going to talk about your battle in one of these segments here, but yes, that makes sense.
Well, there was nothing else I really wanted.
Yeah.
So it had to be passionate for me. So it was, of course, my ribbon. And then my mom's signature, because she passed away 2 years ago. So it says, Love Mom, with a melody note, because her name was Melody.
Oh, cute.
And that's how she used to sign her name, is with a melody note. And then
Wait a minute. Was it Melody Mize?
No, Melody Nye.
Nye. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It just sounds familiar, that name. So, okay, go ahead.
There's not a lot of melodies around.
Yeah.
And then this is 4 of my friends and I have matching. It says, live the life you love the life you live. Then I have 2 on my ankles. I mean.
So you're full into this now.
I am. Yeah.
The first one started how long ago? 12 years ago?
2014.
Oh, 2014. Oh,
Yeah.
man. So you're really going strong on this.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just feel like every time I get together with my kids, we're like, all right, let's get another. It's like addicting. Everybody says it is.
I keep thinking, do I? Yeah, I've never wanted one, but my brother Peter says if we get one, we're going to get Mom, and then so we can hold up our arm. It says "Wow" also. So I don't know.
That's perfect. Double meaning tattoo, always good.
Okay, so I know nothing about country music.
Okay.
I mean, I did do a country song. You know, did you ever watch George Jones live in concert?
I've seen George Jones live in concert.
So his piano player was a guy named Ken Goodson, and was also his orchestrator and his band led the band and all that stuff like that. I did a country song with him. No, I did a Beatles song with him, with Jeff Keith from Tesla. But other than that, I don't know a whole lot about country. You've been doing this. Is it passe to say DJ?
No, you can say DJ. I'm a DJ.
Because I see all the titles are on-air personality, and I'm like, I think we used to call those guys DJs back in the day.
You want to know why? Why it's different now? Because DJs are now those people in clubs that are like, that's why. But I always considered myself a disc jockey because that's what we are.
That's how much I know about hip-hop, too. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right, huh? So to get rid of the confusion of that.
Yeah. So we're on-air personalities.
How many years with Kiss Country?
Oh my gosh. My very first show on Kiss Country was in 1994. And I was doing I was doing weekend overnights, and then I worked my way up to weekend mornings, and then I worked my way up to full-time fill-in, and then I worked my way into full-time overnights.
Yeah.
And then eventually in 2001, I did my very first morning show on Kiss Country. And I did that for 7 years, and then I left because I did not care for the co-host. He was very misogynistic.
Wow, that's
girls were supposed to just giggle, right?
I don't know this rumor, this fight. Is this a big deal, Marcella?
This might be off the air topic.
No, hey, I love it. Please talk all you want.
He has since passed away, so I don't have to deal with him anymore. And then I did.
Wow, that was really. Hey, wait a minute, hold on now. We won't mention names.
No, yeah,
but. Was this brought out on the air?
No. Everybody said that I was such a great actress because nobody ever knew what was going on behind the scenes.
But it was that rough.
It was that bad. Yeah, it made me want to leave what I loved the most.
Like an old school guy who just thought it was 1970 again?
Yep. Oh, co-hosts on the morning show were supposed to go, you're so funny. But if anybody knows me, they know that's not me. And I was raised here. I grew up here. So I know a lot of people in the Valley. So when people would call up and they'd say, hey, Jody, I haven't seen you in a long time. Hey, we went to high school together. I think it really bothered him because he wasn't from here. So it was interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
I did, and you actually quit because of it?
Yes, I did.
Wow.
Which was a big deal for me because radio's in my blood.
Yeah.
Like it's something I'm super
passionate
about.
Did you leave radio altogether?
I did. I stayed home. I was married at the time, so I just stayed home for about a year and a half. My kids were junior high-ish.
Yeah.
And so it was a really great time for me to be home for the girls. Usually in the mornings I was never there, but I was there in the afternoons to pick them up.
What was the straw that broke the camel's back? What was the comment or the thing that was done?
He made some really, really bad comments on air.
Really?
Yeah. He was insinuating that I was having an affair.
Oh, wow.
And I was not. And how do you tell your husband that? It's like...
Yeah, that's so far beyond
so bad,
the pale.
So bad. And then he stopped talking to me on the air and he was just talking to other people.
Really? You're co-hosting and he wasn't talking to you on the air?
Yeah, he got suspended for 2 weeks and that made it worse.
Yeah.
And then we got back
he blamed
together.
You, yeah.
He did. And then right after Thanksgiving, during Thanksgiving break, I took that whole week off because I wasn't about to deal with that. During Thanksgiving week, I came in during my Thanksgiving break, cleared out my office, and then I'd left a note for our general manager saying, can you please let me out of my contract? I'm so unhappy. This is making me cry every day when I leave the radio station. And you shouldn't cry when you leave work. You should be like...
Oh, I do.
Sometimes.
Every day.
I mean, you
just
deal
like,
with a lot.
Because I got to go back the next day. I'm like, I don't want to go back the next day.
I don't feel that way. I love my job. I want to come back. But it was bad.
Wow. That's great. Marcella, that wasn't part of the research,
that was
Marcella.
Not. unless somebody asks me about it, I don't just volunteer that information either.
What's funny is one of the questions I ask all you radio personalities and stuff is what a fickle business the radio industry is, but it's typically because you walk into work one day and they go, box up everything. We're changing format to Christian or country or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But you had the exact opposite where you were like, I'm done. I'm going to get myself out of here.
Yeah. And then about a year and a half later, I went and did mornings by myself at another radio station just so I could prove that I could do a show by myself and I didn't need a man, quote unquote, to help me out. But yeah.
As the world turns with Jody Joe from Kiss Country. We'll be right back on the Marc Kapetan Show after this. This is KMJ at KMJNow.com or wherever you stream. Welcome back to the Marc Kapetan Show. Folks, we would love to thank our wonderful sponsor, Arc Mediterranean Grill. Arc Mediterranean Grill and the Akisian brothers. I love saying their name. And I love the fact that they're brothers because Kapetan brothers, Akisian brothers know how to do it right. So, mouth-watering hummus, delicious dolma, shish kebab, beef kebabs, Marcella's favorite, the chicken kebab plate. And if you want something to melt in your mouth, something sweet, baklava, they got it all. Yeah, 2 locations, Champlain and Shepherd, and Hernan and Armstrong. So you take the office for lunch, take the family for dinner, maybe get some takeout. Arc Mediterranean Grill, authentic Armenian goodness, brought to you by the Akisian brothers. Thanks, guys, for all your support of the Marc Kapetan Show. All right, we are back on with Jody Joe from Kiss Country. Country girl at heart.
Oh yeah.
Hey, by the way, all that stuff. Not a Cumulus organization at the time.
No, it was not Cumulus at the time. It was under different ownership.
we love our Cumulus people.
Yes.
We love everybody here. So
yes, we do love Cumulus.
Okay, now we get that out of the way. Country girl at heart, or a rock and roll girl that just doesn't have the energy to.
So country girl at heart, but when my dad was in radio also for a country station, and so when he was at home, he didn't want to listen to country all the time. So we listened to a lot of classic rock in the house.
When was your dad from here?
He worked at KMJ Kiss Country back in the early 90s.
What was his name?
Lee Nye.
Lee Nye.
Yeah, he died in 2000. He was a general manager, head poopah up at Cub Country and Hot 105 in Merced when he passed away at the radio station. I mean, it's weird.
He did.
We tease all the time that radio people don't die, or we don't retire, we die.
Yeah, right.
But my dad actually did. He was in the middle of a staff meeting and he just fell over at 49 years old, a heart attack in the middle of a staff meeting. It was hard. I was 25 and pregnant with my youngest daughter, and it was hard.
Was it your first daughter?
No, my youngest.
A youngest daughter. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was tough. I was a daddy's girl, hung out at the radio station with my dad all the time. 25
years old.
Yeah. I was young. He was young. And I'm now 2 years older than he was when he died. And it's so freaky.
It's weird. My mom I was 23. She was 55. Same thing. That was 3 years of cancer. My dad was, just 1 day drops, right?
Yeah.
And I always wondered what would be worse. But I think the worst part about it was just being so young and not having, you were 23 with a couple kids. You had a little bit of young adult conversation, but not being able to have an adult conversation with them.
Right.
That's
very hard. Yeah.
Like even, hey mom, politically, where are you at? Just weird stuff like that to get to know who she really was. I just knew her as mom, basically.
It's weird that my dad never knew social media. He was never around when social media was around. It was in 2000. And so we barely had emails, we barely had the internet, really. So it's so weird to think of all the things that he never saw. He never saw 9/11.
My dad, believe me, my dad was a Marine. He's right back there. You could see the picture of him. And
that's your dad?
That's my dad, yeah. Wow. How would you like to grow up having to live up to that, man?
Those eyes, they're like piercing.
Yep.
I hope people know what he looks like.
Oh, yeah. He was a stud. Wow. We'll post that picture if you got it, Marcel.
You're going to have to.
Yeah. And he computers. He didn't see 911 either, by the way. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
Because it would have killed him, basically, to see that happen.
Yeah.
but you're talking about technology and stuff like that. He calls me one day, and finally I just told him, I said, Dad, listen, go through the menu items on Word or Word Perfect, whatever it was back then. And if something screws up, shut down just power off the computer and start it back up, and you'll reset yourself. 2 days later, he calls me up. He goes, hey, I learned how to do a macro. And I go, macro? I don't even know how to do a macro. Yeah. And so it was just at the beginning of all that stuff. And I wish you would have, lived to see all this kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Wow. So did you obviously followed in your dad's footsteps?
Yeah, I did. I did country. He ran a couple radio stations here in town when I was 15. I told him, I said, Dad, I think I want to do radio. I'd written, paper after paper in high school and junior high about what you want to be when you grow up. And so I was like, I want to do radio. So I would interview all his friends, all his radio people friends and him. And then I just found all those stories too, not too long ago. But
the actual interviews?
I don't have any of the audio left because I recorded them on cassette, and a lot of my cassettes are warped and melted. But my notes that I was scratching down and everything.
Oh, wow.
And then he took me into the studio at K-Free KNAX when I was just 15 years old, and I would sit there and watch him, like in detail watch him. And I grew up in a radio station, so I knew basically what to do. But I learned everything by watching him. Then one week he let me run the board. And then the next week he let me read a PSA on the air. And then the next week he let me read the weather. And it was like...
live on the air?
Live on the air.
Oh,
There was no recording back then. There was none. It was all live or nothing. And then we had news at the top of the hour, so we had to back time.
Right.
KMJ has to do the same thing. So like we have to we have to back time to the top of the hour, but you have to have it exact because it was all network news coming in.
Right.
And then he said, I'm not going to pay you until you get your back timing 100% right.
Oh, wow.
Never earned a dime. I could never get it right. It was so bad. It was so hard for me to do. I hated it.
There wasn't like a tone sent out or something like that? You had,
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And then he was in charge of a couple radio stations, country, and so he would put me on like overnights or weekends or something like that. And then I finally worked my way up, and then Kiss Country in 1994.
You said you started at the age of 15, basically.
Yeah. I got my FCC license when I was 15 and a half.
Wait a minute.
You don't have to have one anymore.
I was about to say, am I doing something illegal? You just saw my face. I just got worried, Marcella.
It used to be back in the day, you would have to have a license to run the equipment, to know that you knew what to do in an emergency or that you weren't going to take things to play things. It was basically that.
Oh, yeah, the payola thing.
Yeah, my dad had to take a test. A test. It was so awful.
A test for a DJ?
Yeah. Me, it was just like I filled in a couple blanks. Yeah, I promised never to take anything for songs. Here you go. And then they mailed me back this yellow card with my lovely signature on it.
Funny. Do you still have? Do you?
I do. I have it.
You keep it up? Do you have to pay every year?
You don't have. No, it doesn't even exist anymore. It's not a thing.
Oh, I think we need to start it again.
You think so?
Yeah, absolutely.
That means you're gonna have to get one.
Official. I'd love to.
Just sign your name on a piece of paper and say, "I promise."
A little card, yeah. Little press pass maybe along with it.
You too, Marcel. You're going to have to do it too.
Yeah. Believe me, it's important. You guys are giving the news to the world.
Heck yeah. It's gotta be real.
It's weird how kids just, you could be a proctologist and your kid wants to be a proctologist. I don't know. Sorry.
I don't know if I would want to do that. But
sorry to Bill Schiff, my buddy out there.
What's interesting though too is that my mom always worked in our church office. My sister works in our church office.
Oh, really?
Isn't that weird? My older sister, Nicole. Yeah. And so my younger sister, Jessica, she's a teacher, but she worked in housing development. She wanted to, sell houses, and then she did insurance, I think, at one point. And
we call her the successful one, right?
Yeah, she's done a lot of things. And now, she's very successful. Anyway.
She is, really?
She's married to a firefighter, and she's got all these great kids, and,
because she looked at mom and dad and said, geez, I'm gonna make some money in life.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, radio, obviously, and working in a church office, obviously, aren't
going
to
be the
saying,
right?
Money makers.
So, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
You like mommy and daddy. You do what they do.
Yeah.
I'm going to go make some real money.
Yeah.
Kudos to her and all you guys. So, dad saw the first two children born, right?
First one. Yeah, first two, yes.
Yeah.
And then my middle daughter was, not even a year and a half when he passed away. And then I have this great picture of him. He had a silent heart attack. And I don't know if you know what that is.
No,
it's
what does that mean?
basically just when you're having a heart attack, but nobody knows it. You're not feeling any of the the actual symptoms of it, but you are so lethargic and quiet. And my daughter Morgan,
I please have that?
It hit him hard.
Years later.
A week later is when it really hit him
I see.
hard.
That's not what he dies of.
No. It is, but it hit him a week later. So my daughter was resting. It was Easter weekend on a Saturday. My daughter was resting on his. She's 1.5, right? And she's just like me. She can't sit still. She can't move around.
Okay.
Or she can't stop herself. She's always
Yeah.
But she laid there with him for hours. It was so bizarre. And I have this really great picture of the two of them laying there.
Well, hold on. Step back for a second. You're saying on the final heart attack that he had?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was just laying there with him for hours. He didn't move. She didn't move.
Did you guys know that
he was having
passed?
No, he didn't. Okay,
okay,
no.
this is the silent one earlier
week before,
on.
yeah. So they were just laying there. We were coloring Easter eggs with the oldest grandkids.
Yeah.
And so then,
that's beautiful.
she was just, and then after he died, it was back when you had to develop pictures. We got the rollback, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it just destroyed me.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's my favorite picture I've ever taken in my life.
I have audio. We got to go to a break here in a second. I have audio of my dad the night before he passes, and he's babysitting his firstborn grandchild who's only 2 months old. And he says, hey, Theo Mark. Theo means, like in Greek, it's uncle, like in Spanish. Okay. Theo Mark, this is your nephew Nikolai, and I'm hanging out here with Papu, Grandpa, and we're just going to pick up some chicks, and we're going to go out and have fun. And you could hear my actual nephew cooing in the background. And it's my dad pretending he's the little baby, calling Theo Mark and stuff like that. Wow. And then the next day he passes. I'm like, oh, God, horrible. All right. Hey.
Oh, hey, let's
lots of
bring
fun.
it up in a little.
We're going to be right back on the Marc Kapetan Show with more fun. This is KMJ at KMJNow.com or wherever you stream. Hey, folks, remember to go to the KMJ Now app or the KMJ app or KMJNow.com, and you could check out the podcasts of all the shows. Jody, are you guys podcasting? You guys
Kiss Country is not, except for the morning show.
The morning show.
The morning show, Chris and Joe, yeah.
Oh, how come? Wait a minute. What's that all about?
Does it cost money?
Oh, my Lord. Go to the KMJ Now app if you want to see all the shows from KMJ and want to listen to them. Also, you could go to Facebook, and you could go to YouTube and Truth Social, and you could check out the Marc Kapetan Show on video and see the lovely Jody Joe from Kiss Country in flesh and color, basically. That didn't sound right.
That really did not. I hate that word flesh, but, such a weird word.
Are we going back to your former co-host when we...
Ugh.
Yeah, you're going to give that? No,
we're not going to talk about him. We're not giving him any more.
Let's talk a little bit more serious stuff.
Okay.
You went through a battle in 2000, about 12 years ago, right?
2013.
13 years ago with breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Have a friend of mine going through it right now. Horrible.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Stage what?
Stage 2.
Okay.
So I found out in May of 2013. But my divorce was final on Wednesday. I found my lump on Friday.
Oh,
my
great.
life has been a real tragedy, right? Like, you don't think about it until you start
was
talking
the
about it.
divorce actually a tragedy, or was that a good thing for you?
It was not. It was very good. I might be the only person who was happy I was not married going through chemo. Anyway, so I found my lump on a Friday, and I was 38 years old, and I was still 2 years away from my mammogram, that they were going to start giving me mammograms.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to wait a month before my insurance switched over from his to mine. So I had to wait a month to go to the doctor because I didn't want it to be a pre-existing condition. Yeah, right? It's just awful.
Well, I mean, just the treatments and the way the doctors treat it nowadays, sometimes they'll be like, oh, yeah, we have some appointment scheduled for you 2 months from now. And you're like, wait a minute, this is cancer, folks.
Yeah. So I went to my doctor, and she went, nah, I don't like it. It has fingers. And I said, great.
It has fingers?
Yeah, it was.
So it's metastasizing, basically.
Yeah, it was getting bigger. So I went for my biopsy. I went for my ultrasound. I went for everything. Right?
Was it isolated just in the breast?
No, in the breast, yes. Both sides. I had like over 200 occurrences. So there was like a lot of little ones.
Wow.
I found out that I was BRCA2 positive. So I have the gene. Then my mom and my 2 sisters had to be tested to make sure they didn't have the gene.
Yeah.
Well, my mom was clear, but both my sisters had the gene, which is unusual. So they never got cancer, but they had to have preventative mastectomies,
And that's what I was asking. Did they do that?
They did. Both of them did, because they went from a, 87% chance of getting cancer at some point in their lives to 1%. And then if you keep up with your doctors and everything else, it's easier to prevent it than it is to treat it, and it's so expensive.
But it's just got to be such a hard decision for a person who doesn't have it yet. I mean, obviously, and I don't know if you had it or not, but it's an easy decision once you already have it. You're like, get rid of these things for God's sake.
Yeah, my plan was already put in place for me.
Yeah,
I knew what I had to do to stay alive.
Right.
And so my sisters, they were fairly young too. I have an older sister and a younger sister. My younger sister was only 28.
Yeah. Oh.
And
man.
so she waited a little bit of time. So she was able to, she already had her kids and everything. That was fine. But it's a big decision because your hormone imbalance, I mean, it affects a lot of things in your life you don't think about.
It's the friend of mine had to have that done, and it's just a rough surgery and a rough recuperation, basically.
It is, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Couldn't move, had to have somebody go to the bathroom with me, had to have somebody shower me, had to have, luckily my mom was, she was
because
an angel.
you're no longer with the one you married and stuff like that, who would normally do stuff like that, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm seriously.
No,
so,
and honestly, my mom was an angel for that.
Chemo and radiation?
No radiation, thank God for that, because I watched my mom. It did end up with breast cancer. But
wow!
It was stage 1, so she was able to just get a lumpectomy, and then she did radiation. I went through 6 months of chemo. Every Monday, I had to go in and get chemo. And then for a week, I felt crappy. And then on Saturday, I started to feel better. Then on Sunday, I would start crying because I'm calling my sister going, I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Because I knew it was coming. And then Monday, you feel great. Tuesday, you start feeling bad again. And then it's just the whole cycle. So for 6 months, that was my entire life.
Yeah, I've been on the phone with her a lot. And it's just that's exactly it. At some point, I don't want to talk too much about it. But at some point, you get that phone call of, I just don't know if I could do this anymore. And you're like, wait a minute.
Yep.
You have to do this, especially with the kids and stuff like that.
You do. You need to be positive for her, not say, well, that's not right. Let them have their feelings, because cancer patients sometimes feel like everybody's just like, no, you're going to get better. I'm praying for you. Everything's going to be fine.
Right.
But I needed to have my moments. I needed to have my breakdown moments where I was like, let me feel my feels. Let me have this, because that's all you have, right? Because you don't know, are you going to live? Are you going to die? I'm looking at my young kids. I'm looking at my mom. How is she going to, if something happens, how is she going to watch a second? I had a brother who passed away when he was 3 months old, and how is she going to do this with another kid? So I was so determined. I was ready to fight the fight, but a lot of people aren't. And people in their lives, and let me tell you something too, Mark, is, gosh, I wasn't going to cry.
No, that's okay. It's a Marc Kapetan show.
So when people always asked me what they could do to help, my answer was always, oh, nothing, I'm fine. We don't want that. We need you to show up at my house with a Starbucks. We need you to show up at my house with a cleaning bucket, clean my bathroom. We need you to show up one day with dinner. We need you to just do it. Don't ask.
Oh, interesting.
We will never say we need help, because we want to try and do it all on our own.
What's funny is that's one thing that I learned, especially with my mom and stuff like that, is, because we didn't do it back then, is to sit there and say, instead of, oh, it'll be fine, or this, that, and the other thing, it's like, no, this sucks.
Yes.
And I'm going to acknowledge to you, let's pull out the tissues here.
Thank you.
Yeah. And to say, no, this really sucks, and I understand you're going through this and stuff like that, and just call me if you want to. If you want to gripe, call me. If you want to cry, call me. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was still on the air doing this whole thing. I only missed one day of work.
Oh my God!
And so it was
and doing the hi, this is Jody Joe, right?
Here was what was great. I was working with Gnarly Charlie at the time, and I love him.
Hey,
everybody,
cancer and Gnarly Charlie.
I think that's the name of my book. I survived teenage daughters, cancer, and Gnarly Charlie. So he was really great with me.
He's a great guy.
We asked Patty, who's our general manager here, I said, okay, can I talk about this on the air? And she's like, you got carte blanche, do whatever you want to. So I was able to take this platform that we have, this great platform, and just give everything I had to it and help women that were going through it too, or maybe they were alone and didn't want to talk about it, and they could hear somebody else talking about it.
Yeah.
But here's the great part. Charlie has got this rough exterior. Oh, I like to drink. Oh, yeah, I like to party. But this man was so amazing. This is what he told me. He goes, Jody, you go lay down on the couch. We had a couch in the studio. He said, go lay down. I'll tell you when it's time to go on the air. I'll take care of everything. I'll tell you when I just need you for 5 minutes at a time. So he would come over and he'd like, okay, Jody, I really need you. And I'd be like, okay. So I'd perk up for 5 minutes. And then it would just be like, it took everything out of me. And then I would just collapse on the couch again. He was so great.
That's why we call it a family here. I mean, you go through all that kind of stuff. Kudos to Charlie. Kudos to Patty.
Yeah.
You know, the general manager here. Everybody. Yeah. Yep. We'll be right back on the Marc Kapetan Show with Jody Joe from Kiss Country. This is KMJ. Welcome back to the Marc Kapetan Show. Hey, we want to thank our sponsor, Arc Mediterranean Grill. If you are looking for some great Mediterranean food, by the way, Marcella, at a great price, you know, go to the Arc Mediterranean Grill. The Akisian brothers, they are sponsors of the Marc Kapetan Show. We love those guys. They've been so good to us, but mouth-watering hummus and great dolma and shish kebab, and just to ask for Marcella's favorite. Will they know that, Marcella, if you say Marcella's favorite? The chicken kebab plate. We're going to tell them Marcella's favorite. All right, go to the Arc Mediterranean Grill. 2 locations, one in Fresno, one in Clovis. Authentic Armenian goodness by the Akisian brothers. Arc Mediterranean Grill. We are back on with Jody Joe, and we're going to do some shotgun of some things. Your mom had some, I said that breasts were overrated. And
because after chemo, you know, and cancer and surgeries.
Okay, and tell me what your mom told you about the nice church-going lady.
I have to apologize to my sisters first before I say this. My mom always told us, and they will laugh when they hear this, more than a mouthful's a waste.
Okay. Yes. Now, the reason why I wanted to say it on the air is because my dad said the same thing.
No way.
When we were kids, he would say, it's funny to say when we were kids, he's telling us, he would say more than a handful's wasted.
Yeah.
But when we got older, he said, kids, the real line is more than a mouthful is wasted. So I've always been an A cup and B cup guy. And so now Patty's going to kill us.
Yes,
for saying
probably.
Stuff like
Sorry,
Patty. Let's mention your 3 beautiful daughters, Taylor, Morgan, and Lauren, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And grandbabies.
I have 2 grandsons, Rowan and Merritt, and they live in Texas, which is way too far away
That's
from
what
me.
you're saying. But she wants to let everybody know that she loves vacations, cruises, and trips to the coast, spontaneous trips. And then you make a mention of, it sounds like it's an on dating profile. And yes, folks, she is single out there. But you don't cook.
Oh, I don't cook. I love restaurants. I just did start seeing somebody, so I'm not like exactly single.
We got these notes a long time ago. So whoever that person is.
I know. I need to fire. No, I'm just kidding.
No. So if I blew it, sorry.
No, you didn't.
She's not single anymore, folks.
So, no, ask him. He might say something totally different.
Wait a minute. Has he said, I want to be committed? This is a love thing?
There has not been that conversation.
Sir, what's this gentleman's name?
Tim.
Tim?
Ooh, I think I might be busted.
Tim? Get to work, Tim.
Uh-oh.
She loves vacations, cruises, and trips. Many guys will like that.
Okay, got to tell you about my next cruise that I'm taking.
Okay.
I turned 50 years old last year, but my daughter got married, so I couldn't celebrate it with, like a big hoopla, which I wanted to do because I paid for a wedding instead. So this year, I turned 51 October 6th, and so at the end of the month, me and 12 of my girlfriends are going on a 5150 cruise because I'm turning 51. I am celebrating that I turned 50, and we're all a little crazy.
And you guys are going to where?
Just Mexico. It's going to be like one of those little carnival cruises that we're doing over Halloween weekend. It'll be lots of fun.
Yeah. Hey, Tim. Sorry, man. 12 girls on a Mexican cruise.
Yeah, it'll be lots of fun.
Hopefully, he's an understanding guy.
He's very understanding.
And if he isn't understanding, I understand you teach handgun lessons.
Him? Tim?
No, you.
Me? Oh, yeah. I don't teach them. I just got my CCW license.
Oh, I thought it was you were teaching.
No,
you were taking handgun lessons.
Actually, at the firing line, we were having classes. And we did a Jody Joe class just so, we could get as many. Like, I want to get more women involved in shooting and self-protection with guns and everything because I was always so scared of it because I didn't know anything. Now I've got my own gun. I have my CCW license. I have a Smith & Wesson M&P Shield 9mm.
I got one of those.
Love it. Her name is Ivy. And she's one of my favorite things ever. And on Saturdays I like to go shoot her and
go shoot her. I love it. No, hey,
bad.
that's great.
That sounds bad. Yeah.
No, that sounds like a country girl right there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go shoot her.
I'm gonna go shoot her.
Yeah.
Me and Ivy.
Yeah, and you're gonna take my other weapon, which is my snake named Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Oh yeah.
What kind of snake is she?
Ball python. She does now have a boyfriend.
You want to be on an online dating profile?
That may have kept me single for a very long time. No, she now lives in the biology room at Clovis West High School. She has a boyfriend.
Oh.
Yes, a friend of mine said, I've got another ball python. Does Elizabeth like boys? And I said, yeah. So she's living at Clovis West now.
How do you know that? I mean, yeah, I was a Clovis West alma mater. So were you, right?
Yep, 92.
Nice. Go Golden Eagles.
Caw-caw. Is that
no,
what Eagles sound like?
I don't know. We didn't do that back.
We didn't either.
Yeah. Okay. I was. No. I can glitter anything.
Yep. 100%.
I understand you have the prettiest vacuum cleaner in the state.
Yeah, because my carpet is all glitter. Wherever there's carpet in my house,
it's
all glitter.
It's all
like area
glitter.
rugs and everything. And so I vacuum
everything?
up and it's like, oh, it's so pretty. It's like, it looks like one of those snow globes when I'm vacuuming. It's very pretty.
Boy, you are really hitting all the things you need to hit for an online dating profile.
I know. And I was single for like 10 years.
I'm sorry, hon. I couldn't do snakes. I couldn't do glitter.
Ugh, everybody says that about glitter. It gets in the house and it never leaves, which is
the only
true.
time I had glitter on me, it was Cleveland. It was a cabaret we went to after a rock and roll show. So, but we won't talk about that.
That makes sense. Yeah. I can picture that. Night out with the guys.
So, yeah, and what kind of dancer should be wearing glitter on her? That's. All the guys are going to go home to their wives and instantly get caught. So.
Mm-hmm. The smells and the glitter, that's what's going to give you away. Just saying.
It was cucumber. One of my brothers.
Wait a minute.
It was cucumber. It's from the Body Shop. That was the topic of conversation. We never do this stuff. When we went on rock and roll tour, the drummer always said, "Okay, we have to hit up a local, strip club." I hate to say, but. And so as a rock and roll band, we'd go, all right, let's go do this thing like that. And my brother, I won't say, and he says, what are you wearing that smells wonderful? And she goes, oh, it's cucumber something or other from the Body Shop, or the Bath and Body. He went out and bought some.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because he just loved the smell of it,
Oh, wow.
So
that's interesting.
How I Met Your Mother. You love old TV shows.
My gosh. I know every episode of Friends inside and out. Every episode of How I Met Your Mother inside and out. No kidding. Yeah.
I love that show. It's a great show.
Which one? Friends or
How I Met Your Mother?
Him. Yeah. That's great.
Oh, that's funny. And then you got a lot of work with the pink heels.
Yeah. My best friend actually runs that.
Cancer Society,
helping
basically.
Men, women, and children with life-threatening and bad illnesses in their life. We just bring a little bit of cheer. We show up with these pink fire trucks and pink police cars with lights and sirens, and just show up and show them somebody loves them.
Yeah, and like you were talking earlier, just say, hey, what do you need?
Positivity.
Take some food, yeah. And then the Clovis Rodeo as a good country girl.
Ah, yes.
Okay, who's your favorite country artist?
Oh my gosh, I love Blake Shelton, and I love Morgan Wallen, and I love Charlie Daniels, and I love so many of them. You met Blake Shelton, huh? Lots of times.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, lots of times?
Yeah.
Oh, say hi to Blake.
We go way back.
Yeah. The only country artist I ever met was Trigger. You know who that is?
The horse?
Not the horse. What's the most famous Trigger besides the horse?
I have no idea.
Willie Nelson's guitar.
Oh,
I got to touch it. Yeah.
So jealous.
Yep. Oh. All right, Jody Joe from Kiss Country talked a little bit about country, and then just about we cried a lot on today's show. So go show all your friends the show. Thanks for being on the show, Jody. Loved it.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next week on the Marc Kapetan Show. Thanks to my wonderful producer, who also cried a lot today, Marcella Solorio Taylor. So we'll see you next week on the Marc Kapetan Show. This is KMJ.